Do you ever feel like as a dementia caregiver, you're living in the movie Groundhog Day? When your loved one or your client repeats themselves over and over and over again, it makes you feel like you're living in Groundhog Day. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 different ways that you can deal with, or heck, even prevent a bunch of repetitive questions from your loved one or your client so that you're not sitting there feeling like you want to tear your hair out. Welcome to Dementia Success Path. I'm Krista, and this is a place where you're going to find tips, strategies, and support so that you can find success on your path as a caregiver. Before we get into the video, I want to share with you that I am doing a free workshop in late September 2020. So if you're watching this past that point, there will be a replay in the description below that is for free. And for anybody that's watching this beforehand, there is a link to sign up so that you can come and learn 4 practical skills that are essential. All right, without further ado, let's get started. A lot of times, what a repetitive question will signal to us is an unmet physical need. A good example of something that may be a little unexpected is a story that was shared by one of the folks in my Facebook group, and if you haven't joined that, you really should. She shared that her mom would consistently say, "I want to go home. I want to go home," and repetitively say it. And it was driving them nuts. But I suggested in a previous video, linked up in the cards up here, if you want to check it out, that they ask, "What's at home that you need?" And once they did that, they were able to figure out that her toenails hadn't been cut in quite some time and that her feet were probably hurting her. And when you have a bunch of other things on your mind, a bunch of other things to take care of as a caregiver, little small details like that are easy to overlook, especially when your loved one is struggling to communicate their pain or discomfort to you. So a way that you can figure out if their repetitive thing that they're saying, like, "I want to go home," might mean that they're physically uncomfortable, is you can ask them, "Well, what do you need at this particular place?" or related to what they're saying, or simply just go through a checklist of all their physical needs. Like, are they hungry? Are they thirsty? Do they need to go to the bathroom? All that kind of stuff until you can figure out what is physically wrong. And chances are, once you do, they'll stop repeating the same question. Something that most of us take for granted is our ability to wake up and know who we are, where we are, and what we're doing. And the thing is, folks that have mid to late stage dementia no longer have that luxury. And that causes a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety in our folks. So what a lot of folks with dementia will do is they will calm their anxiety by repeatedly asking you mundane questions like, "What time is it?" or "When are we having lunch?" or things of that nature. And after the 10th time of answering that question, you feel like you're going to go nuts. And you may be tempted to say something like, "I told you this 5 minutes ago, remember?" But chances are they probably don't remember. So the best way that we can help our loved ones or our clients with this is to set a routine that is very consistent and post it. Make it be somewhere very visual and very easy for them to see, so that if they ask that question, you can point to that visual aid, or you can print out an agenda in very large print and give them the assurance of knowing what's coming up next, where they are, and what they're supposed to be doing. A repetitive question can also mean that they're just bored. All our lives, we're all pretty active people. We go to work, we go to school, we take care of kids. There's a lot of things we're doing our whole life. And it's a very weird experience for someone with dementia to suddenly stop all that altogether and just be told to sit there all the time. So something that can really help with some repetitive questions is engaging them in activity that you know they're going to enjoy. The one that I tend to engage my folks with, since I'm a board certified music therapist, is a music activity. And I ask them questions about the music and I get them very involved and active. And usually when that's the root of the problem of a repetitive question, they'll stop asking the repetitive question because that emotional need, the need to connect with people, to engage, is being met. If you've tried all the other steps and nothing else is working, the last thing that I have seen be the case when someone is asking a repetitive question is sometimes they're struggling to express their emotional needs. Maybe they're sad or lonely or angry about something, and they just don't know how to tell you any other way than repeating a question that probably doesn't even relate to what they're trying to tell you. A way that you can try to figure out if this is what they're doing is listen to the tone of voice and just hear them out in general. A lot of times, having someone just listen to them is more than enough to meet that emotional need. And if hearing them out isn't enough, just comfort them and tell them that you're there for them and that you care about them, and give them a hug. Whatever is going to make that person with dementia feel as though you care about them is going to help them and meet that emotional need. If you want more tips and strategies, I have a bunch of other videos in the playlist, and I also have a PDF that you can download that is the 4 practical skills that every caregiver needs in PDF form that can be emailed to you. And I thank you so much for watching my videos, and I hope to see you in the next one.